Vicky Moore, and I'm Head of HR for a housing association, A2 Dominion, and I lead on Wellbeing and a number of other initiatives, including ED&I, talent acquisition and things like flexible benefits. From a manager's perspective, it's really important because you will notice a difference in an individual's well-being, which could impact their performance. And also, as a duty of care as a manager, you need to be important to spot any changes. And with the cost of living as it is at the moment, mental health issues could well be driven by concerns around managing their own finances. So they're all inextricably linked, really. Mental health is a real risk to organisations, particularly since the pandemic. All of us as human beings become much more vulnerable. And as a manager, we have a responsibility to support employees through that. So certainly from my experience, we've had to train our managers to create a safe, trusting environment where people can talk about things like mental health, but without knowing how to broach that conversation, managers could destroy that trust. Because of the rising cost of living, people they're more absent, they're more distant, they're more concerned about how they're going to pay the bills. So it's really important that we normalise those conversations, that we have a discussion in team meetings and hopefully in a one-to-one in a very confidential environment. Because if we don't manage where people are on that journey, if they are worrying about it, it's more than likely going to kick into mental health problems and potential performance issues, and worst case scenario going off more on a long-term basis. Took the chance to mix my HR business partners in with my wellbeing ambassadors and my mental health first aiders. Some of the BPs are more senior than others, but it was an opportunity where we could learn from each other. So the way it was structured, it was kind of, okay, how do we spot the signs? What are they? And how can we actually apply that in practice? So it was just a really safe, contained slot just over the lunch period. It wasn't, half a day that people had to book out. The fact it was very informal as well, certainly we're gathering feedback and they learned a huge amount. It could be a number of groups, really. I mean, I chose to work with Ryan, particularly on the wellbeing side, the ambassadors and the mental health first aiders, to equip them, because some of the really gifted volunteers, they haven't had experience of how to start those conversations up. But it could equally be useful to senior managers or even your exec who don't really have much opportunity to discuss the softer side. So it can be tailored towards that, perhaps facilitated by one of your senior HR people. So it's quite far-reaching, really. It could be adapted for any groups depending on their background.